You absolutely do not have to go viral in order to be able to start a business, to start a 5 to 9 side hustle that is going to allow you to make some extra money. Not only that, but it could turn into your own lifestyle business, meaning that if you want to be home every night to put the kids to bed, you can. If you want to be able to take a random Wednesday off to have a spa day, you can. Just because this business model is one where you can fit the work around what you want to be able to do. In this video, I'm going to talk you through exactly what the business model is, give you a high overview, but if you do want some more details on this, just put the comment detail down in the description and I can give you more of a breakdown. So very simply, you're going to be working with local businesses. Now, local businesses are a great group to target because they are passionate about their business. They want to grow, they want more customers, but the problem they have is they just don't know how to do that. They don't understand marketing, advertising, sales, and that's where you come in. Now, the problem you're going to find with local businesses, and if you've worked with local businesses, this is the resistance you're up against. It's either money or it's the fact they just don't understand. If you're there and you're going to confuse them with SEO terms, with web design terms, with ranking in Google terms, you're just going to confuse them. You need to provide them with an ROI that they understand. And that's why a local newsletter is such a good option, because if you can say to them, I can get your business in front of more people and they understand the business model, then you are more likely to get them to say yes, and you can charge them a small amount, a very manageable amount of money for them. But because within your local newsletter you could have 4, 5, 10 businesses that you are promoting once a week, and then if you went up to bi-weekly or even daily, you just multiply that up. And if you're asking these local businesses to give you $20, $30, $50, $100, $250, depending on how big they are, how big your list is, then you can see very quickly that that money can add up. But what we need to do is we need to make sure that we are providing a return on investment. So I'm just going to explain that to you in this video. So here you are in the middle here. This is you as a business owner. Now, the nice thing about this business model is we can write this with AI. If I'm using the correct tools and I'm not using ChatGPT, even the new ChatGPT 4.0, I'm not using it. I'm using another free tool, but I'm writing my newsletter within a couple of prompts, within a couple of clicks for my local audience. Okay, and what I'm able to do then is in a very short amount of time, I'm able to write my newsletter, get it scheduled on my newsletter platform. If you want to find out more about that, you can go down into the description. And then I'm able to focus on growth and I'm able to focus on monetization. As I said, my email goes out weekly to my audience. Now, why will people subscribe? Well, quite simply, I'm going to give them a decent ROI. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have local residents in the area, and they are going to want to subscribe to my newsletter because I'm going to be able to fulfill on some of these things here. Okay, I'm going to help them discover new places, learn about hidden gems. So that might be things for parents, for example, places to go with their kids to fill the weekend, especially if they're free. I might be supporting the local economy, so it might be focused on something like community affairs. It might be the style of newsletter that focus on things like being green, regenerative, that kind of things. And I'm going to include it in that as well. If it's more sort of like a what's on newsletter, I'm going to focus on discounts and savings. I could also as well include it in that business as well, so networking businesses together. Doesn't really matter what I do, I just need to pick something that's going to work within the particular area that I'm focusing on. The geography, the location, the population size, and what that area already has going on. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put out this newsletter. I'm going to let people know about it, and they're going to give me their email address. And in return, I'm going to be able to build my list. Now, once you've got to a small list, I'm thinking like 100 to 200 subscribers, which is incredibly easy to do. You can do that within a couple of weeks. Then I'm going to be able to start going out to businesses and asking for money. Now, I'm not going to promise the stars, I'm not going to promise the world, but I am going to promise something business owners understand. And that's where our return on investment comes in. If I start using big fancy terms with business owners, they are not going to understand what I'm talking about. But I can go to brick and mortar stores, I could go to any kind of store, whether it is a restaurant, bar, pet shop, whether it's dog groomers, whether it's a toy shop, it doesn't really matter. I could go to a home services like a plumber, electrician, locksmith, anybody in the local area, and I can say, look, I have this newsletter. It's quite small at the moment. I've got 200 subscribers on my list, but these are all people that live in the local area, and we can talk about in a future video exactly how you do that in terms of targeting. But would you like some increased brand awareness? That's basically what you're offering. You're not going to offer sales. You're not going to promise phone calls, anything like that. You just say, I can get your business in front of 200 people. And again, if you want to know more on exactly how that we do that within the newsletter, just put the word newsletter in the comments and we can talk you through that. But because you've targeted a local audience, you can say, I have 200 local residents in location X, which is where your business serves, and they would be interested in learning more about you. Would you like to be able to get in front of these 200 people? So the potential for customer growth is massive, because we can put a link into this business's website. We can put their telephone number in. We can put their address in there. We can put a special offer if we want them to do that. So maybe if it was something like a bar, they might have a special offer. We might be able to offer something like a 10% if somebody books the plumber in the next 30 days or uses a particular code. There's loads and loads of things we can do there, but the business is getting this exposure that they find very difficult to get any other way. And it is in a way that the business owner understands. You just say, well, I emailed 200 people from my list. I put your business in as an ad, and you will get your business in front of these 200 people. And that's something that a business can understand. Now, when you're starting off, you've got a small list. You might want to start off and say, do you want to start for free? You might just say, look, I'm doing this at the moment for $10 because my list is small and I don't want any time wasters. So all I'm going to ask for is $10. But obviously, if you decide then in your weekly email to put in 4 of these ads, then what you've done is that week you have made yourself $40. Okay, then you can go back to this person. You can say, hey, what about we do this for the next 6 months? And we'll stick at the $10 on the next 3 months. And then what you've done is you have got this person interested, this local business, and you know that they're interested in your marketing. Then what you can do is you can start to talk about referrals. You can say to this person, well, how would you like to get some exposure for free? I can actually promote you for free if you send me another business that signs up and they say that you referred them and they pay me. I will then also promote you for free. So there's tons of things that you're doing, because you're going to build a relationship with these particular business owners, and then you're going to be able to very easily sell your services. Now, as you move from 200 to 500 to 1,000 subscribers, the amount of money that you are charging is going to increase. So what I would recommend you're doing is, if you're going to be making $40 a week, then I would be thinking about putting this into ads, specifically Facebook ads, because we have seen out there that you can get 50 cent, okay, 50 cent subscribers on a local newsletter. If you're looking at a big newsletter, you're looking more in the region of $3 to $5, whereas a local newsletter, we've seen these cost per acquisition, cost per subscribers be around the 50 cent mark. So if you invest all of that $40 a week, then you could be getting as much as 80 subscribers a week, which you can obviously see very quickly. You could be going from 200 to 1,000 subscribers if you can balance out your organic growth with your paid growth. And as your organic growth increases, then and your paid traffic also increases your list, then you can start charging more for exposure for these businesses, which means that you can then start to take a profit. And not only that, but as your list grows, you can decrease the amount of paid traffic that you are paying for if you want, because all of that investment you would have put into your organic traffic will start to pay off, and you won't have to put money into paid traffic anymore. You can go 100% organic, which means every time these particular businesses pay you, you are calling that profit. This is the kind of business you can run on your own. I would recommend, when you can afford it, getting yourself a VA. But because we're using AI tools in order to help us write and market our newsletter, we're able to save a lot of time, meaning we can fit this in, and you can do marketing from your phone. So if you're on a commute in the morning or your lunch break, you could be working on this business in your own time just from your phone. It's very, very easy for you to do that. And then, like I said, you're just building up those numbers and making more money. See you in the next one.